Welcome to the first ever SISO score review where we determine if a movie or show can suck you in and suck you off without spoilers. In this case, we're reviewing one of the best action films I've ever seen, John Wick 4. And I'm doing it right after I got my tooth ripped out, so bear with me. John Wick 4 is the pinnacle of action, pacing, and world building. Someone needs to turn this shit into an anime because the choreography is nuts. It's out of this fucking world, and I'm very impressed. Let's just start by saying this movie hits. Literally, but also metaphorically. I personally asked myself, how could they bring new action into the John Wick series that we haven't already seen? I'm sure you're asking yourself the same question. I'm happy to report that you will indeed be sucked in by the genius choreography. Keanu Reeves yet again performs incredibly as Mr. Wick. His punchy one-liners and his miraculous combat is so interesting to fucking watch. Every bit of action feels intentional and new. Some of this stuff is so creative that audiences couldn't help but laugh and clap at characters being literally mutilated in front of them. Donnie Yen is spectacular. He's so poised when he hits the screen, you can't stop watching him. He punctures the audience with his combat and shows that his unforeseen handicap, which I'm not going to tell you about, means nothing to sit in the world of Hitman. Another new character is played by Shamir Anderson, known as the Tracker. A shroud of mystery covers his character as he juggles back and forth of the rules of engagement. He's really interesting to watch, has some badass moments, and he hits hard. I can't wait for you to see him yourself and tell me what you think. But how he uses his weapons and his partner in crime is creative and very funny. Overlooking the whole story is Bill Skarsgård as the villain. Man, is he fucking menacing and very interesting. It almost feels like the sound got sucked out of the room every time he spoke. Not only was it interesting, but also metaphorical. I find myself thinking about what he has to say, and the movie gives you time to marinate and digest what he has to say, because some of the things that he has to say has multiple levels to it, and it's so fucking interesting and draws out the themes of the movies. What I love is how they don't go into detail about side characters, and they let you figure out the shit on your own. It's like playing Elden Ring and not knowing where the fuck to go. You piece it together yourself and move on. No time is wasted on backstory. Even though we do love backstories, this time you can tell it's not necessary. You put it together yourself. The settings are more beautiful and profound than previous John Wicks. I know. How could they get better? They do somehow. The music beats with the choreography and makes you nod your head without blinking. You're sitting there just in the zone of the movie, and it's definitely a suck off moment. They leave loose ends to be summed up for possible future entries. They're easy to forget, so keep your eye open on those specific on particular moments. There's very few cons in this movie. There are two moments in particular where it was kind of odd to me that John Wick would be running and there would be people following him, and the next frame, the people would just magically disappear. I don't know if that was intentional or what the hell was going on, but me as an audience member, it kind of sucked me out just a little bit. There's not many bad things I have to say about this movie, but yeah. All in all, the world building is so immersive and does not have any visible plot holes. You learn more about the chain of command and how rules separate man from beast. Ironically, all while showing the consequences of what happens when rules get broken, right down to the final minutes. It's literally spectacular. You won't predict it, and I totally got sucked in and sucked off. John Wick gets a SISO score of 92%. Oh, and something to keep in mind, there is a post-credit scene, so you might want to stay and watch it. It's pretty cool. All right. Congrats on the first SISO review, everybody. I hope to bring more. Tell me, were you sucked in and sucked off? I hope so, man. Talk to you soon. Peace.